Hi, I'm Stephen Levitt, and I'm the host of the Language of Creativity podcast. I wanted to make this channel intro video to introduce you to a podcast that's been running since June 2018, and we like to interview creatives in all fields, looking for the hidden connection between art and living. I have interviewed stunt performers, I've interviewed musicians, I have interviewed filmmakers, and always this feedback I get from the stories are that it's like listening to a friend talk, but also so much deeper. So anyway, I wanted to, fix my mustache. I wanted to launch this channel in order to show off some of the episodes that we have in our back catalog, and eventually we'll catch up with the main episode of the podcast. So if you want to catch the podcast at its current state, we're at episode 28 right now, you can go to thelanguageofcreativity.com and subscribe on your podcast feed of choice. But if you want to, please hit the bell and subscribe here. We'll be releasing new episodes about once every week, and the back catalog episodes about once every week. The very first episode of the podcast was Adam Sears from Low Baked Scarp, and in the first minute of the podcast, he names the show, just to give you an idea. And it's a zany interview. It's so fun. It's so incredible. So I want you to check it out. Be subscribed so you can get updates on when we drop episodes here on YouTube. And if you want to check out the show, or you want to skip ahead and do extra credit, you can subscribe to the Language of Creativity on Language of Creativity on iTunes and Spotify and Google and wherever else you get your podcasts. Almost forgot. Okay, so for those of you who are like, why isn't the video? Why can't I see the people talking? I made a very intentional choice when I started this podcast to not do video, not only because I'm a fan of the radio format, but also a lot of the artists that I interview are kind of shy. Some of them have never been interviewed before, and I find that having the camera off and just listening creates more intimacy and also allows them to go deeper into their stories. So for now, the podcast is just going to have, a screensaver. So I apologize for those of you who are intently visual. Maybe it helps to turn on the captions if that's the case. But I wanted to let you know why there's a shadow in my face. Also, I'm not a very visual person. Can you tell? I got a shadow in my face and I hardly noticed. Anyway, but I wanted to let you know that I purposely make the format of the show not have any, not have a video camera on. It makes the guests feel a lot more comfortable, makes the interviews very deep, and I think it helps you get into a space with a person. So that's why there's no video. All right, cutting back in. Language of Creativity on iTunes and Spotify and Google and wherever else you get your podcasts. I'm Stephen Levitt, and this is the Language of Creativity podcast YouTube.